Yes, hello, this is Torbjörn. It's raining here in Sweden. I'm thinking of starting a new TikTok series. The first one actually I ever done. It's about growing vegetables because I have a garden. I have a farm plot, 150 square meter, and I like growing vegetables and eating them. So I was thinking it could be possible that I could live on only this, that all the consumption that I have is only from the garden. That would be interesting. I don't think anybody have done that on 150 square meter. That means not buying anything except spices, additives like salt and pepper and oil for cooking, But otherwise all the consumption from 1 year. And the problem would be then late winter and early spring when you cannot harvest anything from here. You need to dry it or to keep it, store it somehow. But I think it could be possible. I know very well how to grow, and the volume or the quantity of food that you can get from this is enough. Like if you take for example potato, professional growing on Sweden, they get around per 100 square meter, this is 150, they get around 400 kilo. So let's say this would be 600 kilo, but that is farming, and they can get million in the amount that you can get here. So I could get, if you just take a thing like crop like potato, I could probably get even up to 1,000 kilo, and that would be like 2 or 3 kilo per day. And that's enough to feed you, right? Now, I cannot just eat potato, but of course you can eat other stuff. So many things here. Maize, beetroot, carrot, different cabbage. We're not allowed to have fruit trees here. This long thing that is growing here is called something Jerusalem shipuche, something I don't know in English. But that is a good crop to eat in the spring because they produce roots, and the roots you can harvest them in springtime. I have this it's like spinach, but it's called something else, mangold in Sweden. I don't know in English. I will learn all the English words. I have garlic, I have spices, I have salad. Today I'm actually going to plant some seed inside this wooden structure with plastic on top of it, so it will probably germinate and then survive over the winter. I have some other stuff, like the here is with some weeds, is more garlic, and these are carrots, and this is a Swedish plant. I have to look up the English name. It's a root. It's very, very, very strong. I think it survived the winter. Here is beetroot, and here is this spinach-like thing. So I will cover this with straw. I have straw here. Now it's wet, but it's going to dry. You see this pile of straw. And prevent it from freezing or dying in the winter. So when it's very, very late or beginning of the winter, before it gets cold, when nothing grows, I will cover it, and then it will start early in the spring. So you have food very early, maybe as early as May you can harvest here. And I'm really preparing the soil well. This is the 3rd year. I really know very well how to do. So for example, here you see I put manure. Old manure is horse manure mixed with sphagnum, and I will probably put lime on top because it's acidifying the soil, and I will also put this straw, as much as it's left over there, on top. This helps it stops it from freezing so deep. Maybe it won't freeze at all, and also it's good for the worms. The worm eat this, and so it's active all winter. Here I put carrot some months ago, and so many carrot germinate, but they disappear, the seedlings. And somebody told me it's snails eating it. So I'm going to do another one in this construction wood here, I'm going to spread the seeds, not put lines, just spread them all over here if I can handle it in the wetness. I wish I had an umbrella, but I don't. And then I put soil on top. I have new soil there, so it will be easy for it to germinate. And now it's so wet, it's the second day it is raining. It's going to continue raining more. And then I put lime on top. Somebody told me lime is preventing it, the snails. So see if it grows. And then I cover it. Now I keep it open for it to be wet, and then I cover it with a plastic so it will germinate and grow up to November, maybe even December. Then it's too dark. This is a salad, you know, and this is different cabbages here. I need to learn the names in English. You see, it's one root here. That's very healthy. And there is one head, red, you know. And this one you eat the leaf. It's called sukuma wiki in Africa. They eat it as a fry it with onion and tomato. Here you eat this root. I think this one can store well. And I think I have some cabbages. I didn't start growing here until 15th of July because I was on leave. So everything that is growing here is planted after 15th of July, except that one is yearly. So I think it could be possible. Then I would start midsummer next year. Only consumption from here. I don't think anybody in Sweden have ever done that. For 1 year, not eat anything or drink anything. Some things which is really boring, you know, coffee or sugar, for example. But it's actually possible to grow coffee if you have a plant indoors and you plant it outside in the summer. I wish we were allowed to have greenhouse. I will try to put it to the board, but that will take years. Maybe after some years you can have a greenhouse here. I actually ordered a coffee plant today. That would be interesting to see if you can have your own coffee as a plant indoors. If I grow it indoors, it's also allowed to eat. I have an apartment with many windows. And for sugar, we have in Sweden sugar beet, and it grows very, very well. But the problem is to extract the sugar from the sugar beet. I read about it. It seems very difficult, but at least you can get some kind of syrup. You cannot get purified white sugar, but it has 70% saccharose in it. So there is a challenge, but I like it. And I think the most difficult thing will be the character. I don't think it will be any problem for the body to eat carrots and beetroot and maize. You know, corn you can grow, and I can freeze it, hundreds if I want. And maybe even it's possible I can rent another. My wife come here, she can rent one more plot that we can grow potato and onion. And I think you can store it. I don't have any good storage, but on top of my apartment is a storage room, and during the winter it's not heated there, so it's very cold there, like a basement for storage for food or something, and it don't freeze. So I think I can store potato there 2-3 months. And another thing that you can do, which I have done here actually, you keep the potato in the ground, because I notice if you forget to dig it up the next year, if it did not freeze deeper down, the potato is perfectly fresh. So actually I cover this potato with straw, and I intend to leave it here the whole winter. It could be actually possible in the middle of the winter to go and dig it up if it's not too cold. It will not be frozen under here, or then at least then in the spring you can have potato early in the spring, so you can use this place as a storage. Same goes for beetroot and carrot. I think you can leave them. So it could be possible to continue have the whole winter here. If it's not too cold in the winter, too very, very cold, then it's a little bit difficult. Otherwise I think you can harvest the whole winter. Even all these different cabbages, there are some cabbages I didn't grow this year, but you know, there are some which they stay even in the frozen. You go ahead to Christmas. Yeah, that's it. I think the end of the video. I will do more videos later and we will see. That's it.